A London cycling club has taken up a unique challenge, cycling across Saudi Arabia to raise money for children with heart defects. H&K Cycle Club will ride from the Islamic holy cities of Mecca and Medina in January, the fourth time they have made the arduous journey. As the group trains in the British winter, they face a serious test when tackling the desert's radically different weather patterns. What about the weather? Because obviously I imagine that cycling in the desert is a bit different from cycling in the UK. The
difficulty is that we actually train in the deep winter in the UK, and then only to go over there and to ride in the extreme heat. In terms, especially the first year we went there, we were looking at temperature hitting close to 40-45 degrees. I remember a few of us suffering from close to heat strokes. When we stopped to take a bit of shade, we were literally desperate enough to hide behind lampposts to get any sort of shade. So yeah, it's very, very difficult.
The journey begins with a short pilgrimage to Mecca before a 3-day, 600-kilometre cycle to the city of Medina, where the riders don't just struggle with heat, wind and sand, but also the monotony of their surroundings.
The scenery doesn't change. And you're cycling 10, 20, 30, 40 miles and you just feel like you're still in the same place, and at that point mentally it feels like a torture, because you look around and you're like, hold on, have I made any progress? Because the scenery doesn't change, road doesn't really, you don't make any turnings as well. So that's another challenge even for myself going into the fourth year.
The group will raise money for Mandata Aid, whose Little Hearts project conducts life-saving heart surgeries for children from disadvantaged backgrounds.
It means the world, because we're living in a country where these are not an issue for us. If any of my children had any of these issues, fortunately we've got a healthcare system that will deal with it, and there's never an issue. So that's one of the best thing about H&K Cycle Club, is that we could be just cycling week in, week out, which we do, and carry on with that. But when you sort of connect it with projects like Little Hearts, it puts more meaning to it. The effort that you go through, the struggle that cyclists go through, at the end, when you look back and what you've achieved, we've helped hundreds of children go through the operation. But forget hundreds, the fact that we could save one life somewhere out there, it is just worth doing over and over again. And even though all the challenges that I've said in terms of the winter and the mental struggle, physical struggle, all of that at the end means nothing anymore. And you feel like, I'll do all over again if it means we could save one life.
Sarwar has been a member for 3 years and says both the club and the desert journey has helped him tackle mental health issues. Can you tell me a little bit about the mental health aspect of this?
There's so many moments where I can't do this, I need to stop. Your brain's, and that's similar to a panic attack. When you're having a panic attack, your brain is telling you, you can't handle this. Your heart's racing, you're sweating, your muscles are aching. You just want to run, you want to escape. But then when you're pedaling, you're like, no, I'm not gonna stop. So when I'm having, last Thursday, I was in Cafe Nero and I'm standing in line and I can feel the symptoms. But I know I got this. If I can cycle from Makkah to Medina in that heat, with that headwind, with not a lot of sleep, then this panic attack is not going to get the better of me. I compare it to Mike Tyson landing haymakers on me when I'm anxious. But you tell me when I'm cycling to think about that and stress about it, I can't.
A 2022 Cycling UK study found that people of South Asian backgrounds were the least likely in the UK to cycle. Alongside their charity work, H&K also want to encourage more members of that community to take up the hobby.
Before, Asian cyclists would be like, oh, I want to do cycling, but I don't see myself, I can't reflect, or I can't relate to what cyclists out there. Clubs like H&K has given that opening where people think, what, there's a charity event going on and these are cyclists happening and they look similar to me as well. They don't feel intimidated anymore. They don't feel like, I'm going to go there, I'm going to feel a bit odd one out there. And through that, they are taking part and they're joining, and then they continue cycling as well.